Hello guys, today's video is special. Today we are going to talk about tanks and systems from WoTPC that we could need in WoTBlitz. I will also explain how they could be added. So let's begin. We will begin with tank mechanics and branches. The first type of tanks are wheeled tanks. Wheeled tanks are light tanks with wheels. They have no armor, extreme top speeds, and typical light tank guns. There are French and British light tanks in WoTPC. WG could add the French ones and maybe nerf the speed a bit, because up to 90 kilometers per hour is way too fast. These tanks would be very similar to the light tanks we know. They would rather be for experienced players. The next type of tanks are double gun tanks. They have two guns and two different fire modes. Fire both at the same time or use them like an autoloader. There are British and Soviet ones in WoTPC. WG could add the Soviet ones. They won't even need to change stats too much. Just adapt them to WoTBlitz. The playstyle would be like usual heavy tanks. The next type of tanks is artillery. And here many people disagree because the maps are too small. And yes, this is true. So right now there are no possibilities to add them. There are artillery tanks for almost every nation in WoTPC. The playstyle is to camp at the back of the map and fire shells at enemies from above. The next type are rocket boosters. The BZ line is known for their rocket boosters in WoTPC, WoT console, and tanks Blitz. The Russian Blitz. They can be used a few times in a battle and boost your tank a lot for a few seconds. They would still be played the same as the BZ tanks we know. WG could add them very easily, as we can see in tanks Blitz Lesta. The next type are the cooldown guns from the Japanese heavy tanks. After a shot, the gun heats up and gets inaccurate. You can wait until the gun is fully cooled down to have really good accuracy or fire again earlier, just with worse accuracy. They won't need any special playstyle too. The next type are the Swedish tank destroyers. They have very accurate guns and a special mechanism which can lift up their tank to add artificial gun depression. They would be played like tank destroyers with really high DPM. Next one are the Polish tank destroyers. They have a gun system which deals more damage when the target is close and less when it's far away. It can deal up to 800 damage at tier 8 already. They would be played really aggressive. Last one are the Czech light tanks. They have an autocannon system which works like a machine gun. Now let's go to some branches that are in WoTPC. They don't use any special mechanism, so they could be added just like that. The first one are the Japanese super heavies, which WG announced to add to WoTBlitz actually. They have extremely thick armor, painful guns, and terrible mobility. The next branch are the British lights. They are played like typical lights, comparable to the Senlac from Blitz. The next branch is the second French light branch. They are very similar to the Bat Chat. They are even faster and have some slightly different other stats. The next ones are all from Russia, two heavy lines and one medium one. The medium one is like the T-6201. The Object 277 has a weaker hull, a good gun, and good turret armor. The Object 705A is like the IS-7, just with the turret in the back. That's it for mechanics and tanks, so let's go to game modes and currencies. In WoTPC is a Battle Royale mode, which is called Steel Hunters. You can choose from a few tanks and collect airdrops and loot in the battle. With them, you can upgrade your hull, turret, gun, etc. And there is a currency called bonds in WoTPC. They can't be bought with real money. You can get them with missions, events, or the Battle Pass. With them, you can buy tanks, equipment, and camos. All of these things exist in WoTPC only, and we don't know which of them are going to be added and which not, except the Japanese super heavy line. I hope today's video entertained you, and see you in the next video.